Girls Chat, a part of the Confident Woman brand, here for another session of Girl Chat. And I have joining me today the lovely, the talented, the superstar. She's a singer, she's a songwriter, she's an author. I think she's a motivational speaker. I don't know if that's on her resume, but I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. Miss Shay Atkins. Hey, Shay.
What it do?
How's it going?
It's wonderful. I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity to sit here and speak about what we about to talk about right now. Because
go ahead.
Just a prayer that God would use me to help the brokenhearted. Mm-hmm. And now I have the opportunity to sit here on the other side of my pain and talk and speak to people. So I'm just so grateful to be here. And I thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, really the opportunity is mine because, you know, I like I said before, I am one of your number one fans. I definitely believe in you. I believe in your gifts and your talents. Like your spirit. You are such a good person. Even from the first time we met, like we talked like 3 hours, like we've been knowing each other for years. And it's not because we share the same last name. It's just so happened we just, you know, we just click like that. So you really are a good person. Well, Shay, tonight, this is Girls Chat. And like I said before, we don't have a forum. Yeah. So we're just going to talk about some stuff. So let's get right into it, girl. You just had some projects to drop on us recently. Now, we hadn't really had any late projects from you later because I've been waiting. I've been knocking on Shay's door, ringing the doorbell like, Shay, come on out and play. So so talk to us about those projects. Tell us the name. How'd you come up with it? Go ahead and just give it to us.
Okay, I just released my new book and my new song, Loving Me. If you read the book, I can't give all the details of the book.
Right, they got to read it because it is good.
But I would say for the past, I'm going to say since the end of 2011 till, I'm going to say maybe last year, in a state of depression and self-sabotage. You know, so that's why you haven't seen any albums from me. I've been in a process of growth.
Okay.
Time to release nothing when you're trying to heal, when you're trying to grow, when God is dealing with you, it's not time to release nothing. It's time to be healed. So, the last straw was just last year around this time after being betrayed again. You know, we let people in our lives that we trust. And sometimes when you're vulnerable, you make decisions that you're not thinking straight when you're vulnerable. Sometimes you have to be careful who you allow into your life and what you do, because I made a decision in vulnerability that cost me another stab in the back. So you have to be careful. And last year was the last straw. And I was in so much pain because, you know, it's whack when you done told somebody what you done been through. And your heart, your pain, your feelings, your emotions to them. And then they end up stabbing you too. And you like, yeah. So, you know, my prayer, I was in so much pain. I was in such a state of depression again. After they built me up. They built me up, lifted me up, encouraged me, and then turned around and stabbed me in the back. And that's when I realized that I am dependent on other people to validate me. I'm dependent on because I didn't know what to do. I'm self-sabotage to heal this pain. And I'm like, I don't want to do that no more. I've been doing that since, you know, 2011, the end of 2011 until now. I've been handling situations the wrong way, and I need a healthy way to heal this pain, Lord. If you can just show me, I will share what I did with other people. And so while we're working out and walking, Loving Me came to me. And I had to learn how to love myself. So that's what was taking so long, you know, with the book.
Right.
I can't write nothing that I don't know how to do.
That's true. You're right.
I love myself. The song was already done, but I'm still applying what I'm learning along the way. And that's how it came. Loving Me, the song, and the book.
Well, I think it's an amazing, you know, thing, even though, you know, I found that sometimes when we go through those hardest things, if you really pay attention, you can create some amazing opportunities out of some of the most difficult pains that you go through. Because realizing that you're not the only person that's going through that, and then getting the strength to get up and say, I went through that. I know how other people feel. I'm going to share this, because I've been reading some of the comments and stuff on Facebook and social media that you've been getting. This project has been helping a lot of people. It's like they feel you, like they like, yes, like this is the problem. Like it's a loving me problem. Like all the betrayal and all that stuff. What if I get back to loving me? Like that song is fire. I encourage y'all, if y'all don't have that song has been on repeat, because it's just something at the end, especially when she repeats like, I'm loving me, because that is important. Sometimes we forget to love ourselves. You know, we give our love away to everybody and forget like, hey, what about me? You know what I mean?
That's right, loving me. People used to tell me, well, close friends, I say that in the book, I will say that. They used to say, love yourself. You need to learn, love yourself, you know. And it's easy to tell somebody that, but the tools on what do I do? What does it really mean to love yourself? It sounds good. And it sounds simple, but everybody wasn't taught how to love themselves. What do you do? And that's what I talk about in the book. I pray for a simple way to share with people things that you can do to feel better and to love yourself without a person or a substance. And you can't do it without prayer. You can't do it without spending time with you. You can't do it without cutting out things that you need to cut off, people that you need to cut off. It's a sacrifice. And I fought for my healing. I fought for my healing. I'm talking about every day.
You have to. And it's so hard to do that sometimes when you're already feeling low and you know you're trying to pick yourself up. Like you say, you fought for it. When did you realize, Shay, that the issue was that you needed to kind of get back to loving you? Like at what point did you kind of say, okay, this is the problem. I've been betrayed. I've been this, that, but I see the problem. Like, what was the light bulb for you?
The light bulb was after the last stab in the back. I started doing research on the mind, and when you get any kind of rush from anything, any kind of love, any kind of substance, whether it be alcohol, a person, porn, things give you a rush where certain are released called dopamine. When you love, there are certain hormones released called dopamine, and it gives you that high. So once you get that high, and let's say something happens where that drug is taken away from you, now you're going into withdrawal, and you're going crazy. You wonder why people slashing tires. You wonder why calling back to back, talking crazy on the voicemail, sending crazy texts, because you in deplete mode now. Now you going crazy now. Because your drug, you need that drug. You need that attention from them. You need them compliments from them.
Right.
So I realize that I'm double texting. I'm going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, what? Did you ask yourself, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, I know you had to get to that point where you was like, girl.
Yeah, like, I doing? When you need that drug. But the spiritual side of you was saying, you know what, something ain't right.
Yeah.
You can look back into the past and see things that you put up with that you shouldn't have put up with, friendships that you put up with that you shouldn't have dealt with, things that you tolerated, people that you shouldn't have tolerated, and say, you know what, I didn't love myself. Because if I loved myself, I wouldn't be allowing certain things in my life, certain people to do certain things in my life. And there was a light bulb when I was in withdrawal mode, needing the drug of certain things in my life, and going into depression because I couldn't get to it. Because y'all drinking, 2011 drinking, that was my man.
I know when you said, you said that, and I was like, wow, like, you know, whatever happened to Shay, you know, because I mean, I've been knowing you a little bit, but for you to say that, I was just like, Lord, thank you for picking her up, because this not her.
It wasn't me, but you know what? You don't know how to healthily feel better. You're going to resort to things that's not healthy to feel better. It ain't doing nothing but numbing the pain. It's not healing you. It's just numbing the pain.
Yeah, that's fine.
Depending on outside sources, and it still wasn't fixing. I need you, Lord, to show me a better way right now. And I'm willing to fight, and I'm willing to do whatever I need to do to get this healing. I'm willing. You just showed me, and he was just leading me to the prayers and the videos and the information that I needed to get to where I needed to be.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I'm still doing affirmations. I do affirmations about 2 hours a day.
You say that. See, you get it.
When I'm walking, I do affirmations at least 2 hours a day.
You have to, Shay. It's crazy that you say that, because I work with clients with my company, Divas Incorporated, and I help them to rediscover their confidence so that they can build a business. You know, a lot of times we tell people, oh, you can build that business or you can do this, but if you don't have the confidence, you're going to be back at square one. And so one of the things I have them to start doing is affirmations. And they like, well, why I got to say all this, baby? Because this is where it's at. This is where the meat is. You have to speak over yourself and take control of those emotions, or they're going to lead you everywhere. So it's kind of like a sense of keeping those emotions and staying in control, keeping them right where you want them to be. Nope, I'm not paying attention to those thoughts. This is where we are. So that is so important that you said that you did that. I'm so glad that you said that, Shay. And I'm so glad to see that you own. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't go get that book was so inspiring. I said, I cannot wait to talk to her on Girls Chat, because even reading it, I was like, I can see, I like felt some of your emotion when you were writing it. Was it tough for you to write it, or were you already kind of healed and like ready to spit it out?
I couldn't write nothing. Well, while I was writing, sometimes I would get up because I was so heartbroken. Sometimes I would wake up, and I always talk about that feeling right here in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Abandonment and lack, that pain that you feel throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
So just determined to heal that. I started doing research on the subconscious mind, because I learned a lot. I'm not no psychologist now, but I learned that the subconscious mind is that part of you that is involuntary. You don't control it, it controls you. And so your job is to use your conscious mind, the mind that you're thinking with right now, the mind that I'm talking right now, to ingrain positivity into your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is where it controls your breathing. It controls when you're driving and you realize, I wasn't even paying attention to you're driving this car. I'm breathing. Everything, it controls every part of you. And so I done lost my train of thought. The subconscious mind, you have to ingrain, like for me, I was molested.
Mm-hmm.
And so now when I'm asleep, the subconscious part of mind of me knows when somebody comes in. Even while I'm asleep, it just knows when somebody comes in, and I wake up in a panic. I never share that with people, but I know when they come in the room. That just knows. And so I have to heal that part of me that remembers everything that I went through concerning being molested. It knows. I can wake
up. That's almost kind of like the way you describe it. It's almost like a PTSD type of thing. Like your body's starting to cringe up because you hear somebody and your body remembers what you felt like during that time. It's kind of the way you describe it.
And you can just always wake up when a presence is in the room, even if they quiet as possible, because they can hear too. You can hear when you're not conscious. You can hear.
You're schooling some people on some stuff today. I bet you some people probably been trying to figure out, why do I do this when I get back in this environment or when that happens? So you schooling some people right here. That's a good little nugget, what you're saying about that subconscious. You did your research, girl. You did.
Part of the subconscious mind is to make sure that everything that you believe, you do it. So whatever you put into it, whatever you repeatedly teach it, it's going to do it. It's going to make sure that what you believe come to pass. If you believe that I'm me and a dog, you're going to be your experience. You have to train your mind what you want it to believe. That's the whole purpose of affirmations. You might not believe it in the beginning. You got to teach yourself all over again, because what you believe in ain't working. You're not ugly, but what you see in the mirror, You don't see your values. You got to start speaking life into yourself and telling your subconscious mind, oh, I am beautiful. I am valuable. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't valuable. You know, because that's a lie of the enemy that I ain't worth nothing. But if you believe it, that's going to be your experience.
Wow, that's amazing. That's where it is right there, the beliefs. That's why you have to check your core beliefs. What do you really believe? You act upon what you really believe. So if you believe that you have no value, then you will tolerate people mistreating you. And I think we both have been there with that. I know I have been in situations with friends where I know I should have opened my mouth and said, this is not okay. That is not okay. But somewhere in the back of my subconscious told me, well, don't say nothing because then they're going to think you like this. I was so glad when God freed me of that. I was so glad because it was almost like a liberation, because it's like, you know what? I'm going to be me. I'm an amazing person. I'm thoughtful. I'm wise. I had to say those things to myself because the people who I was around, I didn't feel like that. That's why I like when you was talking about that validation, like depending on the outside world to validate you, man. That's another thing with affirmations too.
Yeah, that's what make you go into that frenzy, that withdrawal mode, when that was the only thing that was making you happy. Wow. Now you're going crazy when they pull away, when they ghost you, when they ignoring you. Now you're acting a fool because that was your source. Now learn how to be your own source through God. You got to learn how to be your own source through God.
Shay, let me ask you this: what would you say, like, to? I know there's some women that may be dealing like with some hardships in relationships or even friendships, and they may really feel like that they don't have no value, like they don't love themselves, because that kind of stuff can make you feel inadequate when you have a person constantly beating in your mind that you're nothing, that you just like your mama, you this and that. What would you say to somebody that's going through that to kind of like pick them up? Like, what's some of the first things? I know you said like affirmations and stuff, but maybe like for somebody who's not there, I know you said you looked up a couple of videos and stuff. Like, what would you say to them, like to encourage them to kind of get them moving in the right direction?
I would say, what would you do to a flower that's withering in a dark room with no water and no sun? You need to get that flower out of that dark room. Get it to some sunlight and get it to some water. Why is you leaving that flower that you want to live in a dark room where it can't survive? You are dying and you slowly killing yourself and your value and your self-esteem by keeping the flower of yourself in the dark room. You got to remove yourself from anything that is breaking you down. You have to. Your life, your self-esteem is dependent on it. Get that flower to some sunlight. And it might hurt. It might be somebody close to you that's doing it. But if you don't value you, who gonna do it? They not putting no water in your pot. They not opening the blinds for you. Who gonna do it for you? So that's what I would tell them. You're gonna have to do what you have to do for the livelihood of your spirit.
Right. Let me ask you this too. Excuse me, y'all, because my throat decided to cut up today. What are your thoughts about trying to change a person? You know, maybe that person feels like, well, I'm in this situation and I love this person or I love this friend, so I want to kind of work it out with them in hopes of them changing. Like, how long should you stay there and try to work on it? When do you realize, okay, look, this ain't it right here?
That's a good question. You realize when the cycle continues, when you realize that this cycle, it ain't gonna stop unless I do something about the cycle, that's when you know when to cut it out. If they keep doing what they doing, you done told them how you feel, and they continue to do what they doing because that's who they are, then hey, do you. But you're going to have to do it without me in your life.
I like that. You're going to have to do it without me. And
you have to do it without me. If you don't love me enough, if you don't love me enough to compromise for me, I got to go. I love you.
Even if it hurt, right? Like, even if
it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. I'm telling you right now, it's going to hurt.
Ain't no ifs about it. It's going to hurt, huh, Shay?
God got to remove them crutches. So you can learn how to walk on your own. Like I say, you'll never learn how to warm yourself up. If they would have never left you in the cold, you would have never thought about learning how to put your own coat on. You was depending on their coat to warm you up. Every single time you was looking to this man, looking to this substance, looking to them pills, looking to that alcohol, looking to whoever you was looking to and whatever you was looking to. But now it's time for you to learn how to give it to yourself. Your emotional health is dependent on it.
That's right. And it kind of reminds me of, it goes back to time back to your purpose. Because when God creates us, he creates us for a purpose. And the enemy don't want us to fulfill that purpose. So let's just keep it real about that. So a lot of times he gonna dangle little carrots and stuff in your face just to get you off your path.
I'm trying to tell you.
The Bible talks about how he studies us and he roams the earth. So he is ultimately after your purpose. And I think if you could just go back and understand that, like, you can't stay in that relationship because your purpose needs you. If you don't leave for no other reason, you have a purpose. And some of us are sad and depressed and just low self-esteem because we don't know who we are. And that's why I always tell people, you so quick to jump in a relationship, you don't even know yourself. You don't even know yourself enough to know that this is not okay. Now, I'm not talking about being arrogant and being, oh, he got to do this and he got to do that. I'm talking about truly know yourself, your value. Who are you? What problem were you created to solve? Because while you over here playing and over here letting somebody toy with your emotions, somebody waiting on you. That's how I like to tell people, look at relationships. I had to learn that, man. Like, you over here begging somebody to love you. People out here ready to scream your name, baby. But you over here playing. I'm telling y'all, I had to wake the heck up and realize who I am. And that's what Shay telling y'all today. She had to get back to loving herself. How do you feel now, Shay? I know you were saying a couple of years ago, a year, 2 years ago. How do you feel now, like coming out of that dark cave?
Man, it feels so wonderful. I never thought I would get on the other side of it. And I just didn't know how long it was going to take.
Yeah.
I just wanted the pain to go away. I just wanted to stop going to the restroom to cry throughout the middle of the day. Behind heartbreak. I just wanted it to be over. And right now, I feel good. And every now and then, my soul might feel a little pain from a wound or, a thought or whatever. I'll cry. Mm-hmm. And after I cry, release that energy. Thoughts are energy. Once you release it, and I say, thank you. You always got to be grateful. I talk about that in the book. You got to find the good in whatever it was. And once I cry, I say, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to experience that person, the good times with that person. I appreciate that. And I know where I went wrong. And I release it and I go on. And I feel so much better. Sometimes you got to cry, but that's all right. What you think tear ducts are for? You think he put them there for no reason? For you to try to stuff it down up in your chest and act like you're not. We ain't here to act like we are. We human beings. We ain't no robot.
Mm-hmm. It's just, some relationships are just not worth the fight. I had that thought the other day because I know sometimes people say, but when they do this, you need to leave. And part of growing and stuff is learning when to fight and when to shut it down. Because sometimes
when they stop fighting.
What'd you say?
When they stop fighting, you stop fighting. You can't fight alone.
Oh, that's good right there.
I heard a quote that say, holding on to somebody that's trying to let you go gets you dragged in the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Why you holding on and you chasing somebody that's running from you?
That's when you said that, it made me think about a person being in a boxing ring. Now it's different if y'all sitting there kind of fighting each other, but if you sitting there punching in the air and they over there texting or doing something else, baby, what you doing?
That's right.
Like sometimes we don't get a clue of when a person is saying, I don't like you like that. I don't love you like that. I don't want you to. You think they know, Shay? Because sometimes I be wondering. I be I don't know if what y'all looking at, but this person, baby, what's going? I'm just being for real, y'all. This girl chat.
When the person stop investing in you, it's time you just take a look back, take a step back, and say, "Hold on, now I'm not going to be the only one initiating."
Yeah,
I'm not going to be the only one reaching out. I ain't heard. If I don't reach out, am I going to hear from you?
Yeah.
And I ain't talking about people that's busy at work. When somebody busy at work, I'm talking about people that showed interest, and then all of a sudden they switch up on you.
Yeah.
It's a light going.
Do you think people ignore those warning signs? Like, do you think there are warning signs, or do you think that a person just up and randomly one day say, this ain't what I want no more? Or do you think we just kind of overlooking some of those little warning signs?
There's certain people in my life that I ignored. I don't deal with feelings. If you hear somebody say, I don't deal with feelings, that's a flag. Because if you don't deal with feelings, that means that you don't value your feelings. You suppress your own. So if you suppress yours, when it's time for me to express myself, you're not going to value mine because you don't value your own. It's a red flag when you hear somebody say, I don't deal with feelings.
Right. Or they say, I don't do that love stuff, man.
You got time for that. You need to watch out for that. You need somebody that actually values. That's why you got to love yourself, because if you ignoring your own feelings, you're not going to value this person who's telling you that what you're doing is hurting them. They not finna do nothing about it. They hurting themselves.
You're right. You are absolutely right. Listen,
so that's a red flag.
That is indeed a red flag. I don't know who that is that's deciding to beat on my door while I'm doing girl chat, but you're gonna have to wait. Okay, so
communicate. Watch how a person communicate. Is it toxic? Do they play mind games with you to try to gain control over you? Mm-hmm. You know, when you say something or try to pour out your heart or do something, do they file back and then when it start ignoring you? That's mind games. That's trying to form, hey, if you don't say what I want you to say, this is what I'm going to do to try to get you back in line. I'm going to pull my energy away from you. I'm going to pull my presence away from you to show you I don't like that. And then when
that's a sign of immaturity too. That's a sign of immaturity.
That's a red flag.
Yes, you're right.
You pull back when you're mad at me and don't want to talk like a human being, a grown. Bye. I ain't got time for immaturity.
That's it. It's like you got to realize when enough is enough. Like when you're done, when you like, look, how long you gonna sit here and play this game with your emotions? You just have to get tired. You know, it's so draining. It's so draining trying to hold you together, trying to hold them together. That's a lot, y'all. That's
and you know, people they'll fool you at first. That's why sometimes you stick in longer because you be like, hold on, is this really what's going on? This ain't the same person that was talking about what they gonna do, and you know all this here. No, hold on, this can't be real. They ain't ghosting me. They're not ignoring me. It must be something going on. But after the cycle keep repeating, it's time to go. We ain't got time. I'm gonna love me.
Well, y'all, you heard it. Hey, you heard it straight out the horse's mouth. She's telling you that she been through that journey. She played those games. Like they say, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and ain't going back. That's pretty much what you're saying, right?
They say, Tanisha, we can't see your pretty face behind that mic.
Oh.
Somebody say, Shay, I hear a little twang in your voice. Where you from? From that Acres home, Houston, Texas. I'm from Houston, Texas. I'm a country girl from Houston,
H-Town. I'm sorry, y'all. This is my microphone, so I'm trying to work out how to be able to podcast, but I'm here.
Yeah. I'm from Houston, so.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to fix it. I just have to I need to get it with a microphone to kind of drop down this way, so I got to get my tech person to come hear me. They be so busy. Yeah. But I'm here. I want y'all to start focus on what Miss Shay is saying, because this is some good information. Now, Shay, do you have the song queued up? You want to play a little bit of it for them, or you want them to go by? What you want them to do?
I ain't got it right now, but tired of putting my energy in everybody else while all alone, neglecting myself. Tired of looking for love. I don't know if this is the right key. For everybody else while all alone, not loving myself. Had people turn it back on me like I was nothing. Stressing, gaining weight, feeling like I was nothing. But enough was enough. I asked the Lord to build me up, and He told me that I am somebody. I'm going places. I'm going higher and higher and down, moving forward into my greatness, 'cause I deserve it all. I'm giving my all to love me. Can't let nothing stop me from loving me.
All right, now y'all know y'all got to give it up for Shay. I love that song. I'm telling you, I have that song on repeat. I put my headphones on. My family be like, girl, what do you listen to? Because you was on that. Don't worry about me. My business. This is my song because like I said, I feel that when you've gone through that and you lost your voice. Oh, but when you find it, you will emerge into a brand new person. You will see so many gifts and talents in there that you didn't even know was in there because your possibilities are endless once you open up and embrace who you are. And that's pretty much what we're saying today. You can't really love yourself until you know yourself. So you might be trying to love yourself from who you used to be, but you got to love yourself from who you were created to be. That's a nugget. I got to write that down. It's not about who you used to be. Forget that. Who were you created to be? What problem were you created to solve? Who's waiting on you? Who's waiting on you to get up and come lift them up? That's what you got to focus on. That's what you got. That's it right there. Like, you want to love yourself. Because let me tell you, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to ask Shay to close us out with any of her final thoughts. Okay. Let me say this. Again, people will make you feel inadequate because people are always trying to make us change from who we are to adapt to who they want us to be. And it's toxic because you spend your life trying to please people and trying to get them to love you, and they don't even know who you are because you don't know who you are. So if that's you today, you want to start loving yourself, do what Shay said and start doing some affirmations and start, first of all, knowing what God said about you. If God can love us and know every number of hair that we have on our head, you got to really love somebody to sit there and count every hair on their head. That's that love right there. You gotta love when you send your son to die for somebody who's a heathen, who always messing up. You love that. That's love. So look at how God loves us, and that'll help you to kind of really get a full understanding of what love is. So love yourself by getting to know yourself, getting to know who God made you to be. That's my closing thoughts, and I'm gonna let Shay give her closing thoughts, and then we're gonna wrap this girl chat up today.
Yep, I want to encourage you to recognize that everything that was made for a purpose. This chair I'm sitting in was made for a purpose. And that before you even came to this earth, God put his stamp of approval on you and say, it's good to go. You'll never receive mail on your doorstep without that stamp of approval. And God love you enough. And that should be enough for you right there every day when you start feeling like, I don't have no value now. I wouldn't be here. The stamp, I got that stamp. I'm here for a reason. Why am I here? You might not know exactly, but know this. You are created to allow God's presence to flow through you as harmony, peace, balance, goodness, poise, mercy, and to spread love. Doing what? Doing what you do best. You know, when I gained that weight, I was a personal trainer. I knew what to do. But during that time of stress and depression, I gained that 40 pounds. And when I gained that 40 pounds, it was over. I started talking down on myself when I looked in the mirror. I just didn't love myself no more. And so what I'm gonna do? No matter what you're going through, you might not be at the size that you want to be, but you can't learn how to embrace that. You've been through a lot. If anybody been through what you've been through, they've probably been worse off than you. Forget them few pounds. You are lovable and you are still valuable, regardless of what you see in the mirror. And I challenge you to stop speaking negative about yourself. Don't say, work on that. Don't start talking down on yourself. Speak life into yourself every day. You may not believe it, but please start doing it because you matter. Your feelings matter. God loves you. And it's time for you to start nurturing yourself and start loving yourself. That's what I had to do. I ain't been on the scale in a while, but I'm about 245. I came from 200. 40, I got a belly. I ain't never had no belly. I had a 6-pack. But I love it all. He gonna get this belly. He gonna get these dimples. He gonna get this cellulite. He gonna get all of it. Until I figure out
your beautiful smile. Don't leave out your beautiful smile now.
The doctors say ain't nothing wrong. So until I figure out how, to get it out, I'm going to keep on working out. I'm going to keep on loving me. I'm going to keep on going to the park. And God is going to bless me. with somebody that love and value every part of me. But you got to start loving every part of you. Them roles too. When you walk by that mirror, say, "Girl, look at that. Come on, Jesus. I see you looking good. I see you looking good. You look good, baby. Look at
that
you."
attitude, Shay. I love that attitude.
That's what you got to do. That's what I do. I'm loving me. Please get the book. If you know anybody thinking negative about themselves, going through codependency, toxic relationship, going through anything that's tearing them down, and either just start over. Wipe the slate clean and start seeing yourself in a positive light. I got affirmations in the book and just telling you what I did to come out of that slump of depression. You got to. It's not going to be easy.
You got to think about what's waiting on the other side, right, Shay? Don't you feel like that too? And I know I said I was closing, and I am. I'm not a preacher, but I still want to just add this little nugget, because sometimes when you're going through, you don't see your way out. All you see is darkness, which is kind of what Shay was saying. And you got to take that flower. Oh, I love that you said that. Take that flower out that dark room and put in some light by plugging in some different information.
That's right.
The affirmations plugs different information. So you can hear something other than you just fat, you just lazy. You just it kind of helps your mind to get in a different mind frame. So you can move forward. That's what Shay was saying. She do affirmations because you have to start somewhere. In the first place you start is stop talking about your doggone self. If you think you're fat, make a plan to lose weight. But don't sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm just fat. I'm just ugly. I'm just lazy. I'm dumb."
That's right. I'm beautiful. Hey, I didn't get here overnight. I ain't going to lose it overnight, but that's all right. I'm beautiful, and I'm going to love, and I'm embracing me. Hit that part. Thank you, Lord. I'm valuable. I matter.
That's it. You matter. You matter. Listen. Let me pray for y'all today. If it's anybody that's feeling like they got some low self-esteem, let's just pray for you today.
Right now.
Lord, we just thank you today for this awesome girl chat. I thank you, Lord, for the journey that Shay has come out of. I thank you for keeping her during that time, Lord, and loving on her, God, and helping her to get back to herself so she can teach us how to love on us. And I pray for anybody that is feeling like they are nothing. I thank you, Lord, that you will put people in their path to help them to validate themselves, and that they will come to know you, how much you love them, and how much you love them, and that you sent Jesus to die for them. I pray that they learn their value. I pray that they learn that their purpose, and that you teach and show them just the greatness that's on the inside of them, so they can get back to themselves, so they can get up and live and dream and hope and inspire again. And I just thank you, Lord, for just showing them their worth. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, this has been a great girl chat. Thank you, Shay, for joining me today. Do you have any upcoming events or anything where they can come see you sing your hit song?
Not right now. I just have another interview in next Saturday, and I got the flyer.
Okay. Well, we'll post that on our page too. We can post that in the group. And look, if y'all know someone that needs to help keep their confidence up, because we post affirmations and stuff in the group, invite them to join the Confident Woman Brand group. You know, I'm not out here trying to solicit votes, but I do want to help you to keep your confidence up by helping you, renew your mind, change the way you see yourself. It's a good group. It's a good group of ladies to be in, just to come and get you a dose of inspiration, okay? Well, we're going to get out of here. And I want to thank you again, Shay. Thank all of you lovely people for tuning in. And I'll be sure to go back and comment. I'm sorry y'all couldn't see my face, but I'm here. I'm working on the mic. Ain't nothing wrong with me or nothing.
Yeah. She is, yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong. I need to learn how to position my mic a little better. So that's all. I'm going to work on that, though, for y'all feedback.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And if you anybody want to be a guest on Girl Chat, I love talking to women and hearing about your story. And you got something to say, don't feel like your voice is a nothing. Don't feel like your story don't matter. Come on, step on the mic with me on Girl Chat. Hit me up in the inboxes. You can even respond on this message and just connect with me, and let's do it. Let's get your voice out there, because like Shay say, you matter, I matter, we matter. All right, well, we're going to get on out of here. Wait a minute. We got shirts on, because I ain't getting no shirt with my package.
Hey. But we're gonna talk about that later.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. And me and Shay gonna get out of here. Thank you, Shay.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye bye.